Hello, hey everybody, and we are live. So, welcome to another Thursday reading sprint. Welcome to another GameNightAthon reader sprint. So, hope you guys have been doing well this week. I finally finished The Martian, so I am also finally doing well. And I'm really enjoying the things I'm currently reading, and I'm actually hoping to finish two things tonight. So that would be like amazing progress. I'm not entirely sure how long I have left in like my second book, so potentially I won't really be able to finish it within this time, but we'll have to figure out whether that's possible or not, because I'm really close to finishing that one as well. But so, as you can see, I'm currently reading The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida. So this is my sixth prompt, which is best book of 2022. I am very close to finishing it. I am like an hour and 20 minutes, I think, in the audio away from finishing it. So that is going to be happening around like right after the second sprint, maybe. But so, who is here and what are you reading? Don't forget to like the stream. Thanks to these. How is everyone doing? Exactly. About to finish my book and I'm going to try to make cinnamon rolls later tonight. So very happy. I can imagine. I should really look into this, because when I just started HelloFresh, I once like ordered like cinnamon roll things that you could like. It has the dough already. You just like need to bake them. But it's been so long. It's sat in my fridge for so long, and I never made them. I'm hoping that that dough is still fine. Exactly. I'm baking dog biscuits as we speak. Finished the book today, so need to start an audiobook for GameNightAthon. Nice. What are you going to be picking up? I'm sure the dogs will appreciate it. Exactly. Hello, hello. Is this a cannibalism channel? It'll be my second channel, but I don't know whether I have enough content for a cannibalism channel. I don't think I want to go all meta on it, you know. So it would just be like what, consuming cannibalist content in the form of literature, movies, TV shows, games. Hello, Nadim. How are you? He did with the others this week. Ah, nice. Hey, Jess. I'll be back during the sprints because of the premiere. See you soon. Which premiere? What is premiering right now? Hey, Jess. Concierge of Cannibalism. Mistress. Don't call me the Mistress of Meat. Considering I'm a vegetarian, that is not the title I want to have. I love, 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 love cinnamon. I'm currently reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Nice. Also, big fan of marzipan here. Yay! Yeah, for my birthday, I got myself like chocolate covered marzipan balls. Unfortunately, they are gone now. I'm reading Identity by Mitu Sanyal, German Litvic. It kind of feels like a satirical version of Yellowface, very entertaining. Yeah, I like Sada from Voice to Word. She read that one like when it just came out, and so I've seen it in Dutch a few times already here in the bookstores. But with my minimalist TBR, I still haven't gone around to buying it. I got some super duper expensive brownies delivered today from a bakery that makes them fresh in their shop in London. Nice, fancy. The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida won the Booker Prize. Exactly, yeah. So that's how it got onto my radar. There are also a few people that I know who have since read it and really loved it. For me, unfortunately, it's not going to be a 5-star. Sadly, I'm not like invested enough for that. But yeah, I am enjoying it. Hello, Larissa. Currently also. Oh, fuck. I'm not even aware of that. Oops. Sorry for that, guys. I have a cannibalism confession to admit. I said 2 weeks ago that my book 11 was going to be a certain book of Tenors of Flesh. Uh huh. Um, tread carefully there. What is your next But I've bumped it out to book 14 now. Sorry, you're just trying to get it to a point where you don't get to it, right, this month? It's to make room for the wolf for the Howling Peg Book Club. So I'm on to book 11 tonight. Wow, which I've shuffled around to insert the wolf instead. Yeah, I'm still on book 6, but I'm hoping 6 and 7 tonight. Book 8, if things stay the way that they currently are, I will be reading a book with a non-human POV, which I am still debating about because I find it a little bit lame that my POV is like, for the time being, it's a vampire, I think, and I'm like, I want something like an animal or an inanimate object, but then the ones that I know for that are too long. Your book and my book both contain the number 7. Indeed, nice. Still, Robocalypse, it promised a non-human POV. It's more like recordings of events that happened, not a real POV so far. Yeah, I mean, if it has certain chapters that's mainly focus on non-humans, then I guess we can consider that a non-human POV. Lol at not getting to it. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping you are gonna get to it. But I've already been happy as well with like seeing quite a few people like reading books that I really like, that are like top of my, like, that are 5 stars or 4 stars, or like books that I really think about a lot. So I was very happy to see Tin Man and Earthlings being picked up already this month. So that's already more than a win for me. But Tender is a Flesh would also be great if somebody picks that up this month, because I also really enjoyed that one. It promised a POV of sorry. It promised a POV of AI as a POV. Yeah. So mine, I think, has vampires, but maybe somebody here has read it and can confirm. But like, I'm considering A Dowry of Blood for that, by S.T. Gibson, which is a retelling of Dracula told from the perspective of his wives, and his wives are like, they're vampires as well, right? Or am I completely misunderstanding, like misremembering that? I think they're also vampires, so I think in that sense it would count. The other things that I know of that like are on my radar is like uh, brightly something creature, brightly small creature, or something like that, which has like an octopus POV. And then I also have, like, I don't have, but also on my radar is like Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies, which has the POV of a cancer cell, which I really want to read. It's just the fact that it's like a 400-page book or something, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I just had a string of books that were too long for what I wanted. Now I want short stuff. It's not that nice outside, so I'm actually indoors right now watching yesterday's stage of the Tour de France. It's flying ant day today, so the lawn is swarming with flying ants, which is unpleasant. Yeah. Here it's also raining at the moment. I'm very happy with that. I had a case earlier this week where my heating turned on without it needing to turn on, and so it's once again over 27 degrees inside my apartment, so yay for that. But hopefully it will remain like this the entire weekend, and then I can like open the windows more and get the temperature down a little bit more again. Hey Chadia, the readathon is now at the 3 week point, so I'm running out of time to swam the board. Yeah, we're cutting it, like we're getting there, um it ends on a Monday, right? So we have like a week and a half, if we're feeling optimistic, left of the readathon. So yeah, it's time to like. Time is definitely ticking. I'm definitely feeling like that's that urge, because I'm actually spreading out very horizontally, whereas I should be spreading out vertically. So I need to kind of make sure that with the next few prompts, I can actually gather some column points at least. Book 14 for Tender in the Flesh means I get to use the actual cannibalism prompt. Would you believe? Ideal, I think. Indeed, exactly. Now, like last week during sprints, I'm going to be disappearing from view. I will leave my camera on just in case one of my cats decides to grace you guys with their presence. But I'm going to be doing the puzzle because I'm actually making progress in it. So I'll post a picture of what it's looking like now to the Discord before I start, and then I'll post another picture by the end of the evening. But I'm finally making some headway into it, and so since I'm doing audio for all of my books at the moment, I'm going to be listening and puzzling at the same time. I still haven't decided if I should start the second round. I mean, you can just start it if you like. If you want to, you can just start it, and like even if you don't feel like you have any chance of beating your previous score, you can just start it and have that just be that, or you can just be like, it's fine. And let's get to the rest of these comments after our first sprint. So we're going for 40 minutes now, guys. See you in 40 and happy reading. Alrighty, so I have no idea where I am now because as I was doing the audio, and this book has like very few chapters, there's like seven chapters over the entire thing. It does have like subsections to the chapters, but at this point in time, there are not that many, and I don't really pay attention too much to those. So I have no idea where I'm in my chapter at the moment, but very, very close to the ending. Things are going down right now. Where was I? Here, I think. Spread out across the length of the board, and now I'm backfilling with columns. Yeah, except for the fact that I only have like over a week to do that. But if I read more like short stuff and listen more to audio, I should also be able to get quite a bit more done now. Hello. Good luck with the puzzle. Keep us updated by the end of the sprints. Yeah, I am doing okay. Yeah, like I am now past the midway point of this puzzle, so less and less pieces that actually are available for me to use, thus making it more easy to fill the remaining spaces. So I'm happy that now at least it's moving ahead. That I can put multiple pieces in like a block like this, so I'm feeling like it's moving ahead again, whereas for a very long time I would just do like one or two pieces whenever I sat down to work on it, so I was like procrastinating on it because it just wasn't moving forward. Hey Judith, Fluffy Kitty. One of my cats must have shown up clearly. I'm back. I need to read The Bad Luck Lighthouse. It will be my fourth book for GameNightAthon. I premiered the camp TBR but didn't pay attention to the time. No worries. I just did it on my normal time. Forgot I wanted to join the sprints as well. I mean, you can always join in a little bit later as you did now. That's no issue. I'm so late again and I don't know if any reading will happen tonight. Still need to call my mom and edit my video that was supposed to go up yesterday. Yeah, I had a call with my mother like before these sprints. So I also at some point had to be like, yeah, I actually still need to eat. Hey Rosie. I'm gonna continue the Impossible Train. Nice. Hello all, I'm just finishing the Wonderland trials. Are these all middle grades? I mean, some of them I know are middle grades, but this also sounds like a middle grade title, right? I was trying to finish a graphic novel, but Secret Project 3 arrived and that all went to shit. Lol. Yeah, Secret Project 3 landed in my mailbox on the 1st of July, of course, but I haven't started it yet. I think it's also 400 pages, right? They've all been 400 pages, I feel like. And so, yeah, I'll probably not do it this month for GameNightAthon. Um, I've also like with the last one I waited until June. I don't think I'll wait that long for this one because this one like the title doesn't immediately make me go like I don't think this is for me, as was the case with Secret Project 2. So hopefully I'll read this one a little bit faster. Hello Charlotte, late as usual, also not really reading. No worries guys. Finished Identity. Sorry, a little burp. Oh, sorry, you heard that one, I'm sure. uh, had to get that out. I read a chapter on South Asia and disability studies. Nice. It's interesting. Is that like in a book or is it like in a like academic text? Took a shower in cold water, finished my dinner, and read nothing. I'm trying to train myself to take cold showers. So now, like the past 2 weeks, I would start with warm water, but I basically just need warm water for like the first seconds. Just like when you get under it, it needs to be warm, and then I cool it down. But this morning, I did like go under it. Put my head under it when it was still cold, but then I turned it up a little bit for the rest of my body. And I'm trying to train it to be okay with cold showers. 50 pages left of Yellow Face. Nice. Hello, Adriana. Just got here in the last 8 minutes. Started 7 Faceless Saints and read 17 pages. Nice. I've rewatched the chatty bit and started the audiobook of The Bad Luck Lighthouse. Nice. Just finishing studying a bit and will now play a bit of my game and read later. Nice. Which game are you playing? Wow, is Fate looking extra fluffy today, or is it just me, lol? I mean, in principle, she's losing some of her fluff because it's the summertime, but she's like, I know you're talking about me. Guys cannot see her, unfortunately, but she is very focused. I've put Nick to bed and read 20 pages of In the Lives of Puppets. Hello, just getting here. Reading Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory for BIPOC Rep. BIPOC Rep. Yeah, nice. I have stuck to my GameNightAthon plan that I built just before they even kicked off. I drew out a route on the Jester map. It has worked out until altering prompt 11 today. I mean, that's really like what it was impressive. That's the word. It's really impressive to stick to your plan for such a long time, especially knowing that the plans you've made in previous months have not really turned out that way always. Planned out 11 prompts, figured that if I got that far, I didn't honestly expect to. If I'm honest, I could come up with a new plan. So you're definitely due a deviation because in any case, you would have to come up with a new plan for the next books. Wonderland Trials is a young adult, I think. Okay, nice. Wait, what did I just do? What is this with the star? Sorry. Trying to. Did that do something? Stop jumping. I don't know why, Tufty, but I now starred your comment and I don't know what that actually means. But I have read 0 pages in the sprint so far. I'm going out to check on the state of the flying ants in the next sprint. Well, some things are a given in life. The Chester map, yay! Even in winter, we used cold water shower. Yeah, I've never been good at cold water. Even now, even on the warm days, I want it to be at the very. It definitely it has to be lukewarm at the least. But at the beginning, I'm fine with the cold water after that initial shock. But for some reason, that first shock is something that I'm like, no, even though it's just a few seconds. And so when you have no option, you do it, and then it's just a few seconds. But for some reason, because I have the option to warm the water, I now have to battle my own stupid brain. It's a book, but essentially a collection of papers, so more for studying than for average readers, but I'm liking it. Nice. And is it all like about disability? Is like disability the general thing, or is it more focused on South Asian themes, or is it just very wide in what the papers are included? Wonderland Trials is why I'm so curious what you think of the ending of Wonderland Trials, I'm assuming. Now I like things cold, but a cold shower makes me shiver. If I don't press the on button correctly on mine, when then it starts warm, I climb in, then it goes cold, and I swear out loud in shock. If I were to start another board, could I use by Julia Shaw for the numbers prompts? It's the first book I finished after completing the first one. Interesting. Like, I think we can make a case for that, right? It's not really a number, of course, but it is like it does refer to the number two, of course. So I'll allow you to stretch it to that. I'm playing Genshin Impact. There is a cute summer eventing game, which is fun. Nice. Yeah, I have not been gaming at all recently, but now I'm back to a little bit of movie watching. I also need to watch movies because I have like 2 movies from the library. I mean, I had three. I've already seen one of them, but I still have like Emma and Tolkien. But my library already messaged me that I need to return these because basically you can only keep the movies for 2 weeks. So I need to return these on Saturday. So I need to watch them. But tomorrow is a bank holiday. So I get to spend more time reading and watching movies as well. I actually did extend my route on the board, but that was before I realized I needed to work in the Howling Pack pick. How did I forget to map that in? Possibly because they only got recently announced. Yeah, Though you're also a patron, right? So you already have access to it a little bit longer. But I'm skipping this month. I didn't want to start another series, and this one was a series that, like, yes, I'd seen it around, but I had never really looked into it. It wasn't on my radar, so I was like, no, let's not start there. I have no idea what starring a comment does either. Can't tell anything obvious from my end either, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't know what this is. And it also, like, when I hover over the star, because like when I have a star here, I can kind of hover over it, but it doesn't say like what that does. Maybe starring a comment is like pinning it. Yeah, but pin like maybe it has like start comment, maybe it's like for easy reference afterwards, like if I start this comment and then like we go beyond the current view, then I can go to the start comments at some point later on and then refer back to it easily. That will probably be what it's for. My reading graph is a story in the story graph has shot up because of hitting so many short books thanks to GameNightAthon. So it's about disability primarily for and about younger children and education and how important mostly American ideas and concepts doesn't always work. So far, India has been the main country. Interesting. Yes. They say you're extra fluffy. Yeah. Yay to bank holidays and more free time. Exactly. And yay for counting by. I will see how far I get with the new one. I've even managed to read more books than I hauled this month. Wow. That was until today when a few more items arrived. Oops. For a second there, you made me think, oh, wow. So impressive. But maybe, I mean, the month is young. You can still finish some more. Nick has 1 day school tomorrow, and then we have a 6 weeks off. I hope I get a lot of reading done because I might join the read along with the Gwyn brothers. They're doing a read along. Um, but so a day school tomorrow, is that like because it's also holidays, right? It's also summer holidays in the Netherlands, I assume. Um, is that like a camp or something like that? I don't often have massive hype for upcoming book releases, but there is one this month that I'm super hyped about. Children of Memory, the third book in that trilogy by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Hype. Yeah, this month's is something coming because a lot of things that I wrote down like at the beginning of the year, they like shifted. So I think what I had for June, which is actually July release, is like Inkblood Sister Scribe. I was hoping to buy that in London, but then it turned out that it came out in July rather than in June. And then The Will of the Many by James Islington. I'm not sure whether this now ended up being a July release or not, because that's also one that I want to get. Um, the new book in like the Rook and Rose series, I think, is an August release. The second book in She Who Became the Sun should be an August release as well. And then Blood Over Bright Haven should also be an August release, I think. So I don't think I have many in July. See, I don't know. She just looks fluffier, lol. Maybe she's just preening for us. Yeah, she's like, oh, show me off, please. I really wanted to reread Malice, so it would be fun to do it with them. Yeah, definitely. The oh wow, so impressive was definitely what I was angling for before I dug holes in it. Yeah. Yeah, Stuff Tea. I love that series so much. Wait, what series were we talking about? Oh, or we the children of. I was like, or did we somehow get to talking about Murderbot? But Murderbot is what you ended up purchasing, or is that what ended up arriving now, or is it something else still? Oh, do I have to sign up again, or can I just send in the new books under a new name? Yeah, you can send it in under a new name. I'm not actually looking at the sign up and information anymore again. And once again, we are like 5 minutes left in the sprint when I remember that I'm supposed to show you guys the stats. I'm gonna show the stats in the next chatty bit, guys, and remind me in the comments if I don't. Yeah, summer holiday, we don't go to camp. I was actually trying to hold off haul until the end of the month, but then I realized I needed a wool for the Howling Peg Book Club. When I haul, I always pad out the package to optimize. Yeah, yeah, that's the explanation, right? Yeah, but I needed to optimize my haul. I couldn't just get the one book, right? Just one more school day left. Ah, so it is still school in the Netherlands. Okay. On the 20th of July. Wow. That's long. Then do you start later in September or do you also start on the 1st of September? Because that's like, or that maybe is kind of like, I don't know how the French speaking community in Belgium does it now because they have less weeks than the Flemish community. So we have about 9 weeks and they have six, I think. So that would indeed be a 3 week difference. So, but definitely the children of my manager are already on holiday, right? Now I'm so confused. Now I have to check with her, like when these kids were on holiday. You have quite a list of books you're aware of a release date. Yeah, I mean, I checked them all in the beginning of the year and then I communicated that. And I had like a visual on Notion for it. And then now I just constantly see like these things moving about. And I'm like, what? I had a schedule in mind. Ah, blah, 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 blah. Bright Blood over Bright Blood over Bloodhaven. No. Brighthaven over Blood 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 over Brighthaven. That's it, right? Blood over Brighthaven. So that's coming this month. Oh, okay, nice. I've actually missed a few releases that snuck out with little to no hype. The hardback releases get so much hype, and then the paperback that I wait for get next to nothing. Yeah, I mean there are some like sort of I think Goodreads does it like send like a post in there and like they have a post every month about like the big paperbacks coming out that month, and I think on Waterstone's site you also normally have like something about the new releases in paperback, I think. My murder bot agenda continues to push itself. Excellent. For example, Locklands, the continuing part of the Founders trilogy, zero hype for the paperback, completely missed it. There's another one that snuck out in paperback without any hype, but I forgot the name of it now. So little hype for paperbacks. Sad panda. I'm definitely hyped for the paperback of Bone Shard War. Nice. I push the Children of Time trilogy as it's a massive favorite of mine, but Jester is the murder bot pusher. Absolutely. Brighthaven passed me by until Patrick Leo started talking about it. Hey, I was there first, I just haven't read it. But I mentioned it in my anticipated releases and it has definitely, like, just because of how much I love Sword of Kaigen, it's definitely one that I'm going to be checking out. But I definitely did not check out Patrick's reaction to it because, as we all know, books that I read because of Patrick are books that I then am disappointed about. For September, school starts again for Nick. Okay. Yeah, so it probably is something like that then for the for the French speaking community here. Hmm. It's super confusing when the kids are on holiday. Even here in the UK, each county is different. My nephews broke up last Friday, but Jack doesn't break up till next Tuesday. Oh, really? Each county? Because here, like, it was the same always. And so this year is the first year that we have a difference where the French speaking schools have less holidays than the Flemish speaking schools, which has created a whole problem, of course, because now, like, the campsites for the summer holidays have to pack a lot more into a much shorter period of time than they used to. Whereas I guess that should mean that the Flemish schools should like mainly put themselves in those 3 weeks when those French schools aren't off, I guess. But there's been a whole thing about it. But yeah, the Flemish schools are probably not going to change. So I guess we'll keep this difference for a while. Then he will be going to the fourth grade. Nice. Yeah, I couldn't find Lachlan's in any of the thousands bookstores I went to in London and surroundings this month. In the Netherlands, not everyone gets vacation at the same time. It's divided in regions, and we all have 6 weeks, so one go earlier but have to start earlier as well. Interesting. And that's not an issue because here that was a whole issue. But maybe it's just an issue because it's always been different. And so all of a sudden they have to like reorganize themselves to this. And so they're not used to it. Patrick lost everything, lol. It's tricky. Yeah. I have Patrick and Library of the Viking on my wear recommendation. All right, so then it's time for another reading sprint, and next we will go over the statistics for how you guys are doing. So, happy reading, guys. Great. Just 1 minute this time. So what I was saying was that I didn't hear this timer go off. So did you guys have the timer go off? Because I didn't hear it. So I'm very happy that I came to check. So what I was just saying is that I needed to update this visual because I'm no longer reading the Seven Moons of Mali Almeida. I am now reading. So, well, I have already started it. I'm almost done with it. Actually, you cannot see that one, I think. So wait, yeah, this is the beginning. So no, this is the beginning. So I'm almost done with that one. But so yeah, I finished the Seven Moons of Mali Almeida. And so now I will see if I can still finish So Lucky during the next sprints, because I think I might still have like an hour or so of it to go. So then I won't be able to finish it. But I got interrupted by a call from my mother as well. So I'm still happy that I got done even in this time because at some point I was like, oh, will I be? Now, where was I? Somewhere around here. Here. If we're identifying as pusher, here's the One Piece pusher. We'll share this title with Judith. Dominish Books and Craig Bookworm are hyping over a book at the moment that's not for me. So then you can let the hype pass you over. Nick must be just a few years younger than Jack. He's just turned 11 and will be going into year 7, 6th grades. Nice. Yes, go read One Piece. Yes, Kitty Cam, we're data here again. Nick is 7 years old. He will turn 8 in October. Caught up with the chatty bit and now onto editing. Nice. I definitely need to edit some over the weekend as well. Hello, despite all evidence to the contrary, I'm still alive. I started a new job on July the 3rd and I've had 3 extremely intense weeks of training, but now I'm off until the 31st. Nice. It's a full 11 days, so or 12 days, I guess. So yeah, nice. Enjoy it. So much reading. You can get so much done for GameNightAthon still. Finished Wonderland Trials. Nice. That's yes. When I'm caught up, we will go over those. Just looked up the other paperback release. It came out without hype, and it was a new one by Ed McDonald, daughter of Redwinter. I love this last series, but zero publicity for the release paperback. Muted, yes. Still muted, yes. Saw these early enough, luckily. There she is. You're back. You heard the timer. I didn't hear the timer. And like, yeah, I understand the issue now. I turned my volume relatively low, I guess. So maybe I just didn't hear it for that reason. Because I unplugged the headset so that I would be able to hear it from over there. The good thing is that I set my timer over there to 35 minutes so that I know like the timer is about to go off, like because by the time I'm there it's like I don't know if 20 seconds have passed. So if I then know like yeah, okay, within the next 5 minutes the timer will go off. And so I already knew the timer was supposed to go off, and then I was like, huh, why have I not heard anything? Heard go off. You were not set there. No, I was not. I looked up some stats on the story graph after we sent to sprint mode earlier. It turns out that as of today, I hold more in 2023 than I did in the entire 2022, and it's only July. A lot of these are Kindle freebies. I've been adding them every time I see them, figuring I'll make a call on it later, but I'll grab it while I can. A nice sample of the author's work. 30 pages, almost done with the daily news stuff in my game, so I'll read a bit soon. Nice. And I also bought a whole bunch of 99p SPFBO books during a sale earlier in the year, so that's a massive part of this year's haul count, but still, overtaking 2020 already, yeah. You've gone down a dark path there. How many stars, Kate? Let me know on Discord. Yeah. I have started The Wolf, and in the prologue, we have a fancy lady and a rough soldier. What is going on? But I am caught up to the commons, which means we are going to have a look at Game Nightathon. So, wait, I'll change the screen size so that you guys don't see me, but you see. Share this instead. Should be seeing this screen now. I will also turn it big so that we can go to the stats page. So we are 20 days in out of total 31. There are 42 people signed up, minus two for the alternative parameters. So there are, and I think maybe this is also means that Sarah is already signed up, like logged another book, maybe or not. I think so, right? You already logged another book because I think earlier I looked at it and it was 39 people. So it's 39 people plus three reruns. And amongst all of us, we have read 483 books so far for a total of 146,000 pages, 753 pages. So massive, massive, guys. Very well done. The average score so far is 53 points. I am nowhere near there, with a high score of 199. Average amount of spaces that we filled up on the board are 44. Maximum amount of spaces filled up on the board are a few people at this point in time. So this is the maximum of the board, 105 spaces. I think we have two Paramitas who made it there. Red Wheeler made it there, and then Sarah Book Terror made it there as well. I think those are the four who made it there. I don't think a fifth person has made it there. Then we have average amount of books is more or less 12 books a person, which is very impressive. An average amount of pages is also a whopping 3,579 pages, which for me would mean like a really good month if I were to get to that amount of pages in a month. I'll go back to the chatty bit for a little bit to see if any comments came in. Where is the stream? And there's StreamYard. Here. 4, maybe 4.5. I enjoyed it, but would have been 5 stars if not for that cliffhanger ending. Right, I was so angry. Oh no. I struggle with starting new series. I much prefer sticking with a familiar setting than starting out figuring a whole new world. Yeah. There I am. You were on the visual or what? I finished Yellowface. Very interesting read. 4 stars. That's not even a cliffhanger. It felt more like an unfinished story. 42 players. Yeah, I am very delighted. You know, when you start a readathon, you are like, especially in a small channel like mine, you're kind of worried that nobody will take part. So it's very happy to see it's growing throughout the month as well. Yes, I was thinking, where's the rest of it? Yeah, okay. It's not nice when the book ends so abrupt. Though I actually am a fan of an open ending, so maybe I would like this. Yes, I've logged my new ones as little books. Cute. I was sure we were getting a cliffhanger after the last trial, but not that soon. That's a whole bunch of books. I am well ahead of my normal results, and my graph on the story graph suggests that I'm settling back towards my normal reading pace as the month progresses. Yeah, I had to dip there in the Martian week, the week that shall not be named. Guess it guarantees on sales for the next books. I will maybe get to 50% completion of the board. A very poor showing. Not a very poor showing. I was always aware that I was definitely never going to be finishing that board. And I was always aware that most likely there were some people who were going to be able to finish it. I had not expected some people to finish it already like in the half of the month, but still. I still have to log everything. It's going to be a pain in the ass. There I am. Yes, I was showing on the ranking for a moment. I finished my book, and I think that means I finished Ewald's oh shit. That reminds me that I have to look at those prompts again and see if I actually read anything that fits that readathon, because I've definitely been focusing on this one. Doing great, Jess, indeed. 12 books a person. Yeah, more or less. It's impressive. Martian week would have been a banger week for me. Yeah, I should have gone with the audiobook like from the get-go. That would have been the way to get through it easily, I guess. I have 2 books to log and I'm now starting to fill in the odd shape here and there. Nice. Oh my god, now I don't dare to enter my books. I will get that average down so much. I mean, across so many books, like that average is really not going to go down a lot. I'm definitely not at that average. I've logged 5 books, so an average is an average. There are lows, there are highs, there are mediums, and it's not a case of bringing down the average. It's a case of feeding into the overall number. So when we look at the percentages chosen amongst the prompts, it is more or less equal again, with a slight preference for the blue or orange prompts, which is interesting because I feel like you guys are constantly choosing red for me. Every time that I have a red prompt available, you guys are always choosing it. I don't know what you guys love about them so much, but then this one I'll have to make a little bit smaller so that you guys can see it all in one go. So in terms of the most popular prompts, I don't think anything has really changed. So we have like the first orange one, which was mood read. That is still most popular along with the. So most of you started out your month with one of these two. Which makes sense, easy start. And then the third most popular, like one of the other 3 most popular ones, is the favorite genre prompts. And this one actually interests me to figure out what it is. The 7 in blue is also really quite popular. Blue 7 is also a mood read. So by that time in the month, it seems like a lot of people need the mood read prompts, which I can understand. Then we only have one final visual to share, and that is the top. Because we have a new leader. Our leader at this moment is Red Wheeler 721 with a total score of 199 points, thus overtaking Paramita version 2, which is the most successful version of Paramita, who had a score of 188 points. And then Sada in third spot with 186 points. So these are the people that have completed the board, which you can see also with that jump in points here, is that the fourth spot has not yet completed the board, because otherwise it would be much more in this sort of range of points. So yeah, that's where we are right now. I'll show the fifth one as well, which is Jill and PJs with a score of 109. So this is our top 5 at the moment. We still have 11 days. Somebody could definitely still finish this board and potentially overtake Red Wheeler 721. But so far, congratulations to everybody, especially to the people who have already finished their board. But definitely congratulations to everybody. We've all been doing really, really well. And hopefully, we've all just been enjoying our time, which is the main point of this readathon, is just to have fun, and have a fun way to choose your reads and spend time together. And now, where the hell am I? Here. I have much enjoyed the mood reading, where I've been picking my own choices for once rather than having commitment reads. Yeah, it has definitely been fun, even though I don't really fully get to choose. To be fair, a lot of times when like once the prompt is chosen, I kind of change the book that I set aside for it. So that's kind of my way of still mood reading, I guess. Oh, thanks, Denise. I'm very careful about my planning this time. 19, nice. I really want to repeat this exercise of a month of open free reading choices. What I always, for me, September is a month like that also, because in September, Becca hosts Bookoplathon, and that is like you roll the dice to get your next prompt on the board. So that is also a mood reading one, because you can either kind of do all the dice in the beginning, like roll 5 times, for example, and let the board decide like that. But what I like to do is roll as I go, and so I get my prompt, need to choose a book, and then I roll again. I've only read three. See, everything counts, and you know, that's just how everything is in life. Nobody has the same speeds, the same volume of things, and even if it comes down to the same numbers, two people reading the same amount of books will have very different experiences, but it might not even be the same page lengths, for example. But what more importantly, it might be somebody reading a lot of bad books, another person reading very good books. Numbers don't tell the whole story. But I feel really guilty for falling behind on the math on the books. Realm of the Read Along, Elderlings Read Along, where I'm 2 or 3 books behind now. Yeah, but see, this is why I typically don't take part in read-alongs that have 1 book a month. I just cannot keep up with that pace. You want like a little bit of a break in between. I don't want to be constantly picking up another book, and especially if they're long, I like the sort of like buffer of an extra month. Choosing green for you mostly. Nice. But we're trying to sabotage you. Are you though? 23 books for me. A mere 10 for me. I wish I had more spare time. I always wish that. I don't know about anyone else, but I went for as many mood reads as possible. Yeah, you can have half of them. Five times out of 10 you can choose mood read, and then based on the other prompts, for example, you are reading outside. That's actually also a mood read, so you can actually have more than them. I have about 11 points or something. Nice. Yeah, I have 12, I think. At this point in time. Paramita version 2, yeah. Paramita 2.0. I have the most random TBR ever and I love it. It's nice indeed. Same Tufty, same. I'm still in the negatives even. Yeah, I was mainly aiming to be out of those negatives. I was like very like pumped to get out of the negatives. I don't know why. It's just like, no, I don't want to be in that negative score. Whereas it's just random. It could have started from 0, and then it would also be like I wouldn't feel like I need to get to the 15, which is basically what the 0 represents now. I already had a great surprise 5-star. Nice. But I do have to add some books. I feel so slow. I mean, that's also me all the time when you compare to like the very fast readers. I'm living on the edge, trusting that the thing does the math for me properly. Yeah, normally it should be doing it. It does. It did it for the people who have the full board, so I'm trusting I did it correctly. Meanwhile, I'm still on book 5, but hoping to read quite a few books in the next week. Yeah, I just finished book 6, and then hopefully book 7 still. Surpassed 30 books read for the year to date, so I have been thinking about going for my all-time books read in a year record, which is 60 books from 2013. 23, 10 years ago. Yeah. I mean, if you have another month like this, then it's definitely doable because, yeah, you're at the midway point now and it's a little bit over the midway point in the year, but you've read more this month than you typically would. So if you just have another month like this, then it's definitely possible. Sci-fi September might take root as I have a huge stack of big name sci-fi setting up and needing to be read. Perfect. Yeah, my reading rating wise has been very mediocre. Only 5-star was my first one. Yeah. I mean, 5-star would be like if I get a 5-star this month, I'll be over the moon because I have 3 so far this year, I think. I've read more books than 3, but I don't think I could fit those for GameNightAthon. You can see, like at the end of the month, I also have a book that I'm currently listening to that I haven't fit in yet. At the end of the month, I will like assign it myself if I'm able to. Once I've gone through the last poll results, I'll try to fit it into another so that I can still count it if possible. But otherwise, yeah. This is year 2 of me joining BookTube read-alongs. I failed last year and I failed again this year. I won't be doing it again in 2024. Just choose them a little bit more wisely or yeah. That was loud. And this is why I turned that volume down, I guess. I don't know whether it was also that loud for you guys. But so yeah, either choose more wisely and choose ones that are more spread out, or indeed don't do them if you don't enjoy the pressure of them, for example. But so, final reading sprint, guys. Final section of 40 minutes. I'm hoping to finish my book, and so see you guys in 40. All right, guys. So done for the evening, but I'm definitely going to continue past the sprint because I have 10 minutes left in this one. So Lucky by Nicola Griffith, which is a really good read, by the way, if you want a book for disability representation. This one is about a woman who finds out she has MS, and then we kind of follow her as she deals with the changes in her life. But it's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot, and so I'm about to finish that one. 10 minutes left in that one, so then I can log my book 6 and 7 and get started, or like look at the results for poll number 8, I guess, because I haven't finalized that one. I will actually check it right now, I think. So because that one should be, or it was when I last checked it, it was non-human POV, and it is still non-human POV. So that is gonna be the one that I'm going with, I'm assuming, because I'm done with my other prompts. And then I'll put a new poll up right after that, so that we can vote for prompt number 9. But here we were. I think it's the last round of Space Opera September this year too. Sad face. Ah, is the person who's running it quitting, or they're having a new project? Trying to sabotage, but I seem to be alone with everyone choosing mood read for you. I have only had mood read twice, and it was all both times were at the beginning of the month. So um I was kind of hoping for the next one to be mood read so that I could fit my other current read in, Fate of the Fallen, aka one of those books that I love and Jess doesn't. But so yeah, that one didn't end up working, so we'll see if I can find another prompt for it later in the month. What is Space Opera September? You said the magic word space and opera and tough game alive. Hosted by SFF 180, one of my favorite things of ever. Space opera and military sci-fi are my proper top tier genres. I've heard of SFF 180. Becky M is one of the longest booktube subscriptions and recommended him. I did try but didn't stick for some reason. I have a blackbird that wanders around the garden as I sit here at my picnic bench. He's on the lawn right now and comes quite close. Hello, birdie. But you need to read them in order, right? Yeah, I need to read them in. Well, you need to finish them in order to some extent. But like you can, if you finish a book and you don't really count it for anything yet, you can then use it afterwards. In my humble opinion, because nobody actually knows the order. But cannot like count. You cannot count a book when you haven't counted. Like for example, if you finish prompt 5 but you haven't counted prompt 4 yet, that you cannot do. But like in this case, this book that I have left isn't counting for anything yet. So when I find a prompt that counts for it later on, I can be like, ah, I will use this one for it, right? Because I'm not like skipping over prompts, if that makes sense. I think the audio was from your headphones this time and not from the live itself, if that makes sense. Because I was already plugged in. I was also unmuted myself, which before I had before the audio signal went up, which normally I don't do. So maybe that's why there was a difference. I figured one book per month was easily attainable. How wrong I was, because I didn't realize I needed to take the chunkiness factor into account. Yeah, definitely. Like one book a month would be fine if they're like 300-page books. But even then, I feel like if it's every month, it can get kind of overwhelming. Like, so with the Howling Pack or like of Queens, Witches, and Valkyries, I try to do them, but definitely sometimes I'm like, yeah, like sometimes I need to take a break from them because then I have like less control over what I'm putting. Like it's less of my choice that I'm putting these on there. Oh, he's wrestling with a fat boy worm now. Okay. I literally use every sprint to catch up on the chatty bits. I know it started spitting with rain and my paperbacks are not getting wet. Oh no. Read a pitiful number of pages today. I have underperformed. It's fine, it's fine. You've overperformed throughout the rest of the month so far. Okay, I almost killed the laptop, but I saved it. Oh no, what did you do? 63 pages of Wakenhursts. Read it on double hard mode. Have your viewers vote on your prompts. Yeah, I mean it's been going okay so far. Too many of those sorts of books. I don't remember what that refers to. Finish my reread of Atlas 6 and might move on straight onto the sequel. Nice. It's one that's like on my sort of radar, but it's definitely not a priority. Thanks, that helps. Yeah. I've been saving last chapters when I wasn't sure if I could make work for a prompt lol. Yeah, I mean you don't actually have to. I mean I understand the sentiment because then you're actually finishing it in the point in which you have to finish it. But, I'm not gonna. In this case, I could because it's a reread, so I could save the final chapter. But it's just a formality to save the final chapter. So I'm okay with you just finishing it, and then at whatever point later in the month that you find a prompt that it works for, then you can log it. I couldn't keep up with 2 read-alongs per month last year, and I seem to be doing the same again this year. Realm of the Elderlings and Howling Pack puts me over my capacity. Yeah, I definitely I don't do the of Queens, Witches, and Valkyries every month. Actually, I am not always doing it, but I am also catching up to some of the choices because a lot of the books that they read are books that I want to read. It's just that they didn't really fit in the times in which they were reading them. So now I'm like catching up to some of them in some extent. And then for the Howling Pack, there have also been months that I haven't done it, right? Like at the Ninth Reign, I didn't end up doing. I did have the intention, just couldn't find the time for it. And then now the Wolf, I won't be doing. Um, Next month, the Justice of Kings I will do because I have that on my e-reader. I pushed it off the couch and the screen was coming off. Oh no! Here's hoping that it's all fine. Reading 2 books at once, an upstairs bedtime book and a downstairs daytime hammock book, but I've submit them in order. Yeah. I usually have multiple at the same time. I usually have like a physical and an audio, but at this point in time, like the physical was not working for me. But it's just that this book was not working for me physically. It's also a second person narration, so which might have had something to do with that. It works way better in audio form, I feel like, a second person narration. Um, but yeah, I have 3 audios going on right now. My physical reading powers are very low. We'll see what I end up. Yeah, the next one that I am choosing, because it is non-human POV. I'm guessing I'm going for a Dowry of Bloods. Somebody can confirm me that this is the point of view of vampires, right? Does script have it? Because I have been living off of audiobooks. I used to have it saved on here, so it used to have it. But of course, by the time that I get around to it, it does not have it. I need to finish them in order because I go by my Excel sheet, so out of order would be too confusing since it influences which future blocks you can fill. Yeah. Dominant Books and his crew are doing umpteen buddy reads simultaneously, but I stay away from that because I just couldn't cope. Exactly. I did have Justice of Kings, so you'll probably love it. Score. It's fine. I turned it off and pushed the screen back in. Finished packing my lunch and my bag for our trip tomorrow, going to Hockenheim to finally see Bruce Springsteen live in concert. Have to be up early for the 6-hour drive. Yeah, my sister was annoyed that like the wind wasn't in the right direction when he was here at Werchter because typically they can hear the music from Werchter and now they couldn't. The book has all the hype. Yes, Diary has a vampire POV. Okay, I was bored. Sorry, not sorry. So there's hope for me. If you were bored, then I'm gonna be okay. Yes, it was deleted off script because it was picked. Ah, that's the moment. Okay. Hopefully, I shall remember and let you know which way I leaned on justice. I mean, Jess can be there in like the comments and give her salt. We all want the salt in a live show. It was fine. I just didn't care. Made the stars shine down favorably upon you. Yes, because I can sleep. Oh, I need to turn off my alarm clock. Night all, indeed. The timer is about to go off. So, see you all next week when we will have the final sort of like stat reveal before the actual conclusion of the month. In the final live show, I don't know the stats because it will be too close to the end result at that point in time. So I think I will keep them a secret until I've managed to do the video for it after I close the tracking form and all of that. Sad indeed. Sadly, the Dutch show sold out before we had a chance to buy tickets. Oh no. But you are going in any case, so that's also fine. And that gives you an excuse to go to Germany. Good night, everybody. You are more than welcome. And yeah, see you guys next week, but mainly see you guys in the Discord. And happy reading for the rest of your week, which is what I'm going to be doing right now. So yeah, thanks for being